All right, Capricorn. For our mental space, we have the Queen of Cups. Some emotional connections and ties, relationship stuff may be very much on your mind, but she's the queen. So she seems to be someone who's got a pretty good hold on her emotions from a feminine standpoint. This may have to do with maturity and understanding what unconditional love is, how to be authentic and connect with people, having an open heart and willingness to have emotional connections with the people that are around us. So you may be very more, much more aware of your relationships, whether these are work, coworkers, friends, significant others, family. Regardless, there just may be more of a concentration on your part mentally about what your relationships are, what they mean to you, ways for you to be more emotionally mature and connected to the people you share your life with. I think this is a very positive card to come out in that space. So if those things come to mind this month and you're kind of evaluating or even reevaluating your emotions and having to shift some of this energy around, this may be you deciding to put more or less into relationships and trying to make them healthier for yourself. In your physical space, we have the Ace of Wands, and the aces are our potential, right? And with wands, I always think about our creativities, our passions, our those things that just like fire us up and can put us in a flow state where we feel really good about what we're interacting with. And this coming in your physical space may mean some sparks of potential as far as creating something new, whether this be something new in your work or something new in your home. But look for opportunities to be like, oh, that's a good idea. What can I do with that? This could even be with your health, considering this is coming out in our physical space. So this could be like, okay, maybe I can start doing this activity that's going to better help me take care of myself. And it's something that I am interested in and is going to help bring some passion out in me. In our emotional space, we have the King of Cups. So we have both the King and the Queen here. So I really just see this as healthy emotional connections and relationships. So being grateful for the relationships you have, spending time acknowledging them, understanding their importance. And some of this may even be for yourself. I like to focus more on our relationships with ourselves. Are you being accepting of yourself and loving to yourself and considerate to yourself? What do you tell yourself about yourself? Are you saying loving, kind words to yourself so you can then better serve and connect with others? In our spiritual space, we have the Chariot. And this card is always movement for me. And it's a controlled movement. He's not going to get these two beasts or whatever they are here that look very different, right? To work together to get him where he's going if it's just haphazard, right? This is intentional. He is putting in work and creating momentum and having to work with others to get things going where he wants to go. In your spiritual space, this may be being a middleman or having conversations with people that necessarily don't believe the same as you and creating communication or connection that's going to help you grow and further your spiritual experience. And I always like to kind of throw in here, it doesn't matter if you're religious or what thing you associate yourself with or label yourself as spiritual, even if you label yourself as nothing and having no tie to spirituality. This may just be within yourself. How do you feel about yourself and how are you trying to grow as a human and connect to, both the conscious and unconscious parts of yourself? And this shifting of energy. This may be just you taking more control over how that energy is moving in your life and what kind of energy you're going to put into that. Capricorn, we're going to pause there and get some different cards pulled for us. People may get sick of hearing it, but with this card, I always say there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. And the reason why I keep saying that is because so many people have issues with that. This coming in your challenge place, it may be difficult for you to understand that this month. And it may be difficult for you to go within yourself and take the world and all the information and the opinions and the ideas and the thoughts and the feelings of all the people around you, even when they have good intent of giving advice and being a shoulder for you to cry on or support system for you. It's very important to then go within yourself and kind of digest all of the things and allow yourself to create your own opinions and your own thoughts and your own ideals of what you want in your life and how you want your life to be and what your beliefs are. And not enough of us give ourselves that opportunity often enough. And I am a hermit. I'm very good at being a hermit, but I wasn't always that way. I spent a lot of my life feeling lonely rather than appreciating my time alone. And it's just that simple perspective shift that changed a big part of my life. It's not that I don't like people. It's not that I don't like to interact with people. It's not that I don't feel like I deserve friends or social interactions. I really enjoy and appreciate time to myself, but it was very difficult for me to learn how to do that. And I think that's why I stress it so much in my readings. So Sagittarius, if you're having some issues with that this month, it's okay to find distractions. It's okay to be like, I need to do something. I need to get out of my own head. That's fine. I mean, we all have our ways of doing that, but respect yourself enough to try to take some time alone to process whatever life is throwing at you right now. We have the Queen of Cups again and the Eight of Wands. So it seems to me that your emotional relationships with the Queen coming out twice and the King coming out, your relationships are playing a major role for you in November. And it's something that's important to you. This may be you trying to reconnect with loved ones or friends, you really reaching out your cup, as you can see her doing here, of saying, I want to, who is calling me? Sorry. Really reaching out to the people in your life and saying, I want a better and healthier relationship with you. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to do my best to enjoy a relationship. And the Eight of Wands is all about setting intentions and understanding that this card is sometimes hard for me to verbalize. These are very quick moving, and the Being Wands cards, I think about us setting our intentions of what we want in life and how we want to do things, and what we think about is playing a big role in this. And we're setting out like, this is my intention, and they're firing like arrows towards their goal, right? Wherever you've sent them. So being very mindful in what are my goals? What are my ideals? What do I want in my life? How do I want to feel? Rather than, it's like taking control over your thought patterns, and by setting intentions of where you want things to move. And they're going to move quickly. You know, an arrow shot it happens so fast, right? There's this big lead up of pulling pulling it back. And, what do they say? Sometimes you have to, the arrow has to go in reverse in order to be sent forward, kind of thing. And it has to be intentional. All of these cup cards coming out with that card, I think as far as your emotional relationships go, that you need to be very intentional on how you approach them and what you want from them. And you cannot control how you're received by someone else. You can only control what you put into the world. And I think that's going to be something that's important for us to understand this month. Going back to this ace up here, this potential, this is a 1, this is an 8, coming out in our physical space, taking advantage of any potential that comes into your life and being like, oh, okay, I see that. And I'm going to be very intentional about how I approach this and what I want to create in my space. The 6 of Swords is all about moving away from bad behaviors, bad treatments, whether it be from yourself or someone else. Having a clearer image of how you want to be treated, what you're going to take in this world, and making conscious steps to move away from it. So this coming with the Devil card, which is all about us giving away our power, whether we're giving our power in attaching ourselves to others and saying, I'll be happy if and when, or we're giving away our power with our distractions and our addictions, whether it's something, your addiction is watching cat videos on YouTube, or if your addiction is substance abuse. To me, they're both still addictions and distractions from real life. So whether they're small little things that you don't think are that dangerous or big things that are dangerous, what are your relationship with those things? And it coming out here is, I see this as taking conscious steps and thoughts and actions to move yourself away from the things that have control over you, regaining your power, whether this be a bad relationship, whether this be unhealthy eating habits, you name it. I know that once I started talking about these, I'm sure something came to your mind that you aren't necessarily have your own best interest at heart when you're in that energy. So I take this as a very positive thing for you to starting to take steps to be like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to talk to myself that way anymore. I don't want someone else to treat me this way anymore. I'm taking back my power. I'm going to be more conscious going forward. I love the Magician. To me, this card is all about understanding your resources, not only interpersonally, but around you. He's depicted here with each one of the suits from the cards in his hands. So he has the cup, the coin, the wand, and the sword. He has this infinity sign over his head. It's showing like electricity, This is taking control of each of these aspects of your life, respecting that, the 4 elements. If you want to take it back to basic understanding of psychology, that's kind of where we started. I don't even remember what years those were, a bajillion years ago, it feels. But when you start learning about people and psychology and you look at the history of how they thought things affected us and so forth, the 4 elements played a major role. And that's a lot what the cards are based on. This fire, air, water, earth kind of thing. And he is in a place where he's possessing all of that and has an understanding of what each of those mean to him and what skills he has in each of those areas. So what are his skills, and also where is he lacking? But he's using all of them to create magic. So to me, this is representing an energy of us being intentionally creative within our own life, being aware of what resources we have, skills we have within our own self. And this can also mean us being aware of the resources that are surrounding us, even in our home life. If you have one kid that's really, really good at reorganizing the linen closet every time things start to, get just shoved or not put back properly and all of those things, and why wouldn't you ask them to do it as part of their chore instead of asking the kid that can't fold a towel straight? I don't think that's wrong of me to ask one of my kids to reorganize the linen closet when she's really good at it and doesn't seem to mind doing it. And my kid that stinks at it, having her do something else. You know what I mean? So whether this is just everyday mundane things or big life stuff, understanding what resources you possess and what resources the people around you possess puts you in more of an area of, okay, I can intentionally create from here and I can make things run smoothly. And this is where I find my power in my life. So these two together, he's all about giving it away and he's all about taking control of it. So this coming in your suggestion area, I think that is just reevaluate your resources, both interpersonally and in your work or your home, wherever you feel like may need some attention. And this card is coming with the 8 of Cups. So again, more cup energy. We're heavy on it this month, and I think that's good. The 8 of Cups is, I always see him as someone who's been going on a long journey. And he's been carrying around all these cups, or, you want to talk about emotions or relationships or baggage. And he's gotten to this point where he's at this big mountain. And it's like he knew he would never make it if he was carrying all this stuff. So it's displayed nicely. It's not turned over and broken, but it's not in his possession anymore. He's walking away from it. And to me, this is all about getting to a place in life where you can detach from some old emotional baggage. And considering we have so much other positive cup energy of being willing and mature in your emotional relationships, I would say this is just you being able to get to a point where you know that you have to put some of this down. And that may play very well with this energy here with the Magician of, okay, if I'm carrying around all of this stuff that's bogging down my resources, I have to learn to disconnect from these things in a healthy way so I can more intentionally create my future and create what I want in life and have the life that I want to have.